Sault Sainte Marie is a small community on the northern tip of Michigan. So small that it's officially a micropolitan area, which apparently is a thing. Its residents number around 13,000, making it the second largest community on the Upper Peninsula. Big town here. The name Sault Sainte Marie comes from the river it straddles, the French word Sault at the time translating to rapids. Basically, the translation would be something like Rapids of the Saint Marys. But there is more than one Sault Sainte Marie. It's not just a coincidence either. Sault Sainte Marie was founded in 1668 by the French. It wasn't exactly a European town at that point, the French being more traders than conquerors, and was a political center before colonization, but it is one of the earliest, if not the earliest, European settlements in Michigan. At that time, Sault Ste. Marie stretched across the St. Mary's River. But as the French lost their territory in the Midwest, and the American Revolution happened, a border between the United States and Canada, then British North America, needed to be drawn. And it was decided that it would be the middle of the St. Mary's River, bisecting the town, hence fulfilling the title. In the early years of the two new cities, the American side was larger, but was soon outpaced by the Canadian side. The population of the Michigan side of Sault Ste. Marie, also that's a mouthful, so I'll refer to either side as the Michigan side or the Canadian side hereafter. The Michigan side in 1880 had a population of 1,950, and the Canadian side 780. 2 decades later, in 1900, the Michigan side grew by over 8,000 to 10,500. The Canadian side was growing at an even better percentage, but still didn't surpass its American counterpart. Its numbers amounted to around 7,100. To make a note, these censuses are off by 1 year because the Canadian censuses are 1901 and the American are 1900. I don't know why the Canadians didn't just do it on the even number, but who knows? Well, I could, and I might put it in, but I might not, and if I don't, go look on Wikipedia, be industrious. This is also when the Sault Ste. Marie Canal was completed in Canada. I should mention now that the fabric of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan is tied to the locks, which were built in 1850, and expanded over the years. They connected Lake Superior to the rest of the Great Lakes, which in turn connected to the Atlantic. This waterway would play a part in transporting materials to the industrial machine in the middle United States in the 1900s. The reason in part the Canadian side built their canal was to avoid being beholden to the United States, which had denied Field Marshal Garnet Wolseley of the British Army passage in 1870. Back to statistics. By 1920, the Michigan side's growth had slowed down, having actually shrunk since 1910. But it still increased in size from 1,900 to 12,100. The Canadian side for the first time surpassed the Michigan, nearly doubling in size from 1910 to 21,000. This pattern would continue over the decades. The Michigan side would show a small but steady growth, peaking in 1960 at 18,700, and has shown a decrease every decade since. The Canadian side would continue to explode, peaking in 1980 with a population of 82,700. Since then, it's grown some decades and shrunk others, though the decades it's shrunk have been more impactful, with the population as of 2021 being 72,000. The bridge between the two cities was completed in 1962, with daily traffic being around 7,000 vehicles. The downtown of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan still has many kitschy small businesses, but a decrease in tourism in the past decades and recent troubles have hurt the economy on both sides of the river. The only governor of Michigan from the Upper Peninsula, Osborne, spent much of his political life in Sault Ste. Marie. Currently there's another lock under construction, but with the whole economy of trading being unpredictable right now, who knows if this will be its comeback. I'm rooting for it. This small city or micropolitan area.